we're being revisited by an iconic Halloween figure from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a Halloween morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to talk about some of the strawberry shortcake fun we added to our den.
Yeah, y'all, the Star Jelly, that menthol minty hit, kind of does amazing things for the strawberry. And of course, I had to get the EDP. This one was the one I was begging for from the Advent calendar this summer, and it does not disappoint in its highest concentration. Now, the big question: what do you think of me walking around smelling like a giant strawberry shortcake bar?
It's funny, my brain doesn't picture the bar right away. I do get something sweet and fun and nostalgic that hits me, and as it wears down, that powdery kind of cakey side has a fun way of showing up.
It's an incredible representation of that classic you love. And speaking of classics you love, what is our soap today?
Clown fruit has been reformulated. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Clown fruit, born nearly a decade ago from pure unbridled experimentation. I was deep into old school perfuming, scouring vintage texts and dusty apothecary cookbooks, hunting for forgotten recipes and ancient secrets. The techniques I found were as varied as they were intriguing. So I decided to give my own ideas a spin, mixing in a little alchemy from the brewing world.
Soon, I was tossing in oak cubes into the batches to capture that rich, aged quality, much like fine spirits in a cask. The results? Epic enough to make me invest in real oak barrels. Then, I brought in magnetic stirrers to keep the blends in a constant state of motion, giving them that smooth, mature character while sparing me hours of hand mixing. But the night came when I realized I needed something more, something mystical. Enter absinthe, the green fairy herself. I added wormwood to the mix, bringing a whole new level of intrigue to the scent.
In short, these tweaks turned clown fruit into an intoxicating Frankenstein blend, a potion crafted from bits and pieces of everything magical and strange. It's a madcap creation with layers upon layers of character, and it's one of our original scents that started us on a path of doing things very differently.
Okay, aside from the hollow label, you'll want to check out Clown Fruit's insides. In the past, we've added skin-safe glow stuff to the soap. You have to add a lot to really make it glow, and sadly, it screws with the formula, historically making Clown Fruit perform differently. We pulled back on it a few times, trying to balance both performance and glow power, but it was always a dance. This year, I had a new idea, a workaround that makes it even more epic. That said, charge it for a minute under the lights, and then flip a switch. Your Clown Fruit this year is pure CK6.
Now let's talk absinthe, the green fairy herself. No stranger to strange activity and the paranormal, this elixir has always had an air of mystery. Few dare drink its sweet, sinister taste in daylight, and you know there's a reason for that. Whatever it is, it's probably best left to the shadows.
You have to buy a special spoon. And then we have the elderberry. In pagan lore, the elder tree was revered, believed to possess powers of protection, dream-inducing magic, and healing. Elderwood, leaves, and berries were prized for warding off harm, hung over doorways, or placed in sacred spaces. Even the flowers were used in facial washes for good measure. But spend the night beneath an elder tree, they said, and you'll dream of the fairylands. Yet, on the other hand, among Christian traditions, the elder became a symbol of sorrow and death. It was even said that Judas chose the elder tree for his final act, and that the cross of Christ was carved from its wood. The elder was both revered and feared, often used in rituals to protect against witches.
So there you have it, a blend of the mystical and mysterious, ready to add an otherworldly glow to your shave. This is Clown Fruit, the shave soap that straddles the line between light and shadow.
The holy oak. Ah, the oak. No mere tree, but a giant rooted in myth and legend across the ages, revered by the Greeks, Romans, Celts, Slavs, and Teutons. It was the grandest of all trees, the one favored by their supreme gods, Zeus, Jupiter, Dagda, Piran, and Thor. Each of these deities commanded the rain, thunder, and lightning. And it's no coincidence that the mighty oak drew lightning strikes more than any other tree. Was it low electrical resistance or something more mystical? Who's to say? But this towering force became a symbol of raw power and divine connection, a bridge between the earth and sky.
The Druids, with their deep reverence for nature, often conducted their rites in sacred oak groves, believing the trees to hold special magic. The word Druid itself likely means men of the oaks, and these wise mystics believed that mistletoe growing on an oak was a direct gift from the gods, placed there perhaps by divine lightning strike. This blend of reverence and ritual is what we've captured in clown fruit. Each element weaves together a concoction born of alchemical intention, a blend that's more than just a shave, more like an incantation, a connection to the ancient roots of power itself.
I should add, for those of you who follow the PAA saga, clown fruit made its first appearance as an evil character in the Hotel Cecil edition, a cult classic. You're absolutely going to love and be bewitched and transfixed by this year's Hallows Eve Classic. If this is your first year grabbing this scent, know that you'll be reaching for this unique frag all year long. But more importantly, once you let clown fruit into your house, sleep with one eye open. And y'all, clown fruit, like a clown itself, can be indicative of where you are in your journey. When you're really little and you see clowns on TV, makes you excited to go to the circus. But when you actually get there, you get to know what's really going on. Things change. So there's kind of a funny little metric in the wet shaving world that when newbies first get their nose on clown fruit, they get wisps of root beer. Well, here's the thing. Your brain is going to take in this concoction, run it through all of your filters, all of your memories, all of your experiences, and report back the closest thing it can find. And for many of us who are brand new to frags and everything they can do, it might even bring a sense of that whimsical, nostalgic drink from your childhood. I even mentioned it on our initial review that was only a few weeks into our journey. But y'all, here's the funny thing. As we have merrily progressed into 650 episodes, I don't get root beer at all. I wore clown fruit a couple of times this week. Again, I was steeped in tobacco. I was steeped in wormwood and absinthe. And y'all, I was delightfully coated in benzoin and some of the other things that our noses have gotten to know over the last few years in this journey. So when Douglas mentioned there was a new hollow label, I thought what a phenomenal soap for us to revisit now that we are intermediate shavers. Let's open the box. So here is our classic 2023 clown fruit label. This is kind of the one that most of them are sort of loosely based on. But Douglas said strap in for when you see the new hollow label.
It's even wrapped.
And y'all, you did not see the hollow label for the new Monstroso. It is coming soon. It is not out yet. We are not going to shoot the review yet. But y'all, take a look at that hollow label. DB Cooper and Frankenstein himself.
Oh,
but this
man.
is what you've come to see.
Are we ready?
Right,
I don't know.
Take a look at this hollow label.
Garrett, let's see.
Oh, there's
upgrade.
a Ouija board attached.
There
Look
is.
at that. That is phenomenal. Crystal ball. And of course, the cube is represented.
Oh, I think Douglas is hiding in the back. Look
You're right.
Looking for his
There he
hand.
is.
And then on the wall, who's on the poster?
I think he haunted me at Camp Phoenix once.
There's a lot of things hiding in this label, y'all. It looks like they have the same side label, but that's it.
And I'm guessing there was a little bit of vanilla in the splash because it has delightfully turned a slightly darker shade of yellow. Well, y'all come along. It's time for our first purely CK6 clown fruit first impression. All right, y'all, our original clown fruit no longer glows, but you could read by the light of our cyclotrode. All right, y'all, so no glow power in the soap, but we are told that something magical is going to happen when we take the lid off. All right, let's see what's going on in here. I think I know what this is. Fans of fruitcake will know that there are actually bits of fruit in the fruitcake soap, but they're not really fruit, they're glycerin. I think we might be looking at some glycerin glow cubes in here, y'all. Hold on a second. There we go, y'all.
I think there's little sparkles on there too.
You're
Look at
right.
them.
They kind of glitter.
Yeah.
And hold on, let's compare colors. Oh, they're about the same.
They're pretty close.
I think that might be a little bit more vanilla-ish color. And it's time for your second first impression. All right, take it in and see how clown fruit has matured along with your nose over the last 2.5 years. What new things pop out?
Let's see. I think at the very beginning, I used to think more like juicy fruit gum was the thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, right.
But now, let's dive in with a fresh lens here. I think there might be a difference. The first thing I'm getting here is much more like a sour candy kind of hit that I do not remember getting in that one. Like, there might be more to this reformulation happening than I was expecting.
Well, y'all, this is something you will only find on the Barbershop Duet. This is the Has This Scary Clown Taken a New Form with on 3, 1, 2.
Yes, he has. This is more wormwoody forward, I think, to me. This has more that, like, sour candy kind of tangy kind of thing hitting me. Like, my mouth kind of wants to drool a little bit. Then it goes into more the powdered kind of sugar vibe that I think I remember my first time getting here. And then the wormwood kicks in. It's not that it's not there, but it's almost like I'm coming at it more backwards or upside down. Maybe these little guys have a different whiff that's coming through, at least on that first chunk of the whiff for me.
Maybe. They might be menthol cubes? Who knows?
I don't think it's menthol, but it's something more like inner kid candy vibes to me. Not quite gourmandy, but there's something like really in the nostalgia lane for me. It's actually making it way less of that juicy fruit hit that I got before.
Right.
And I'm not even getting that right away. I would go more into like a sour candy hit first, just speaking of our gourmandy kind of links to help y'all. And then I would go into more of the things that I don't know at all. But that would be the most familiar thing my brain can try to categorize with the first chunk of my whiff.
Now, what this has become for me over the years is a beautiful exploration of tobacco. Do you get tobacco in the new one?
Now that you say that, when I went back to this whiff, I would say yes. Let me dive back in with that tobacco lens here. Hold on.
For me, it's that deep, beautiful, clean tobacco that's in Malboge. A little bit of what's going on in here.
The tobacco is pretty sweet, I would say. Like, it's less the dried tobacco spices. Something else happened to it. It's here, but it's kind of been blended into something a little newer, fresher kind of vibe.
Hold on. I smell clown fruit all the time. All the time, just to wrap my brain around the mysteries and wonders going on inside of it. So I want to take a deep dive into this and see what differences I can experience.
That's just what my brain got. I don't know.
I believe you. Your nose is generally better than mine, but I'm just curious to see what this new friend might have to offer.
Meet him. See what you think.
Oh, I do see what you mean. I totally see what you mean. I do think this has an echo of Tower of Sour from over there a little bit. A fruity kind, something berry-ish, grape-ish, almost under the surface of this.
It could be lemony. I don't know. It's like a sour, citrusy kind of a thing that is bringing me into the whiff.
And it adds a bit of a smoothness to it, if you could believe that. Now, the tobacco that I need to find first. Hold on.
Yeah, see if it's the same.
Oh, it's in there. It's in there. But right where the sweet of the tobacco hits is met with that brand new tang that's in there. So that journey becomes linear. I start with the clean tobacco and I end with the tanginess. Wow. And under that is the wormwood. And here's why I love it. I had a sip of absinthe once, but it was too licoricey for me. This is the wormwood without the anise. And it is amazing under the surface without the rest of that stuff that's in absinthe. And then that brings you into the spice of the oak, which wraps around and meets with the spice of the tobacco again under the surface. I think what's really disheartening about smelling this at first and your brain just reporting back, oh, that's a bougie root beer, is that you immediately cancel out the need to look for all of these new, different things that might be hiding under the surface. Are there wisps of juicy fruit? Are there wisps of root beer? Well, I guess if you step way back and your brain has to assign this to something, but it's almost like saying that from a certain vantage point, a can opener can look just like a helicopter. You know what I mean? The more you learn what distinguishes this from those childhood favorites, the more mysterious, the more wondrous this gets, the more intriguing this gets. And when I wore it the other day, we just kept diving into it, talking about all the different scent notes we were finding on our walk on a windy day. That is how intense this scent gets. It is truly a masterpiece, and I am really glad that we can revisit it now and give it the designation that it deserves, because y'all, very few scents have made their way into my soul deeper than this one has over the last few years. And I love having that slightly reformed version to get to know now.
Now that we have scent notes and we've had time to step back a few years to dive back into this, I'm diving in for the elderberry, because I wonder if that's turning like the kind of candy, kind of fruit side that we were talking about. I wonder if that's actually what's doing it. That must be what the initial whiff is that I'm getting more here. That's kind of got that fun, flirty side to it, maybe, that I wasn't noticing the first time we smelled this one. And then the oak kind of side that jumps in, that's as deep as this scent gets. It really is a light, bright, fun thing that goes with the clown.
All right, y'all, well, come along with us. We're going to relook at these scent notes and build y'all a ginormous lather. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. We start with scent notes of Artemisia or wormwood, a little homage to Bela Lugosi, perhaps Hungarian oak, elder flower. Now, not the berry.
Right.
The flower. Do you sense a floral in there?
Okay. You know, I wouldn't say you're wrong, because there is something really pretty in the middle of this.
And then separate from wormwood, there is a note of just the absinthe in here. Neroli, a little bit of orange blossom. Amorous. Amorous. A sweet woody balsamic aroma with a light citrus and spicy ginger-like top note.
You know, I can get that. I think originally I thought it was more in the tobacco kind of whiff, but this makes sense to have this in there too.
Elderberry, maybe a little bit more of the balsamic hit adding to the amorous. And then burnt sugar. I love this scent note. We only have it in a few soaps. And then tobacco absolute. Yeah, which means that there is a little absolutely real tobacco in this. See what I did there? And then finally, fear absolute.
You know.
Which means that fear has been distilled down and put in here, and you can smell it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say a
There's
little bit of a
something-
scream.
yeah, a little off-kilter in here.
High-pitched.
Yeah.
In fact, we have a screaming correspondent here at the Barbershop Duet. His name is Sammy the Civet, but he lives at Larry's house. And y'all, we generally don't like to have a lot of jump scares around here at the Barbershop Duet, but if anybody knows what this is, boogie, 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 boogie! And at the very beginning of our journey, I picked up this extra large 30-ounce Hotel Cecil lather bowl. It's my pride and joy.
Also known as the dog bowl.
Except our last dog fell in and drowned.
I don't know if we should take out one of those little cubes or like,
let's
do we
see.
try?
Oh, the cube is a little bit soft. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the glow cube and a little bit of the soap. And we're going to put those together here.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going to happen when we took the lid off. I thought maybe he had put a little voice box in there and it was going to laugh at us.
I do still have that image in my mind when you got your clown fruit cube, and I forgot. And that thing glowed in the dark big time. So we have the lights off in the bathroom, and if you go in at the middle of the night when you're not really awake and you see this thing glowing in your face, it's kind of scary.
So I'm going to make a thin layer of soap there on top and just let some water hang out there at the bottom. And then our Cyclotrode X brush is going to do the work here. This was a gift to the show from Douglas and Fran, our very first Halloween. I think it's the same knot as in the Doppler, and it's one of my favorites at PAA. Y'all, if you have never tried a PAA brush, they are pretty amazing. And for the price, impressive. Oh, I'm almost getting something banana-ish coming out of this. Hold on. Hold on. Smell this.
Sugar, baby?
Smell this. Something is coming out of this that's a little bit more fruity and a little bit more tangy.
But okay, so that along with the elderberry and the floral side, it's like the mid chunk of this scent is waking up in different I remember this one ever doing.
I'm not saying it's getting creepy around here, but the first rain of the season just overtook us big time. The light vanished.
And it was funny, as we were reading about lightning in here, I did get a warning that we were supposed to maybe get lightning, which never really happens here, but if it does, we'll know why.
It's my favorite thing in the world, and we live in the only place where it never gets any. All right, y'all, so I put about a third of one of those glow cubes in with the CK6 soap, and look at that lather. Absolutely beautiful. Was the last clown fruit not in CK6, you ask? Well, not in its purest form. They had to make a few little tweaks to accommodate the glow power. This year, it's pure CK6.
Wow, my brain thought I was smelling the new one, and somehow I knew immediately by the whiff that this was our 2023 edition.
They're different!
I feel like this is a more crowd-pleasing version of clown fruit. Whatever tweaks they did, this one has things that are meant to have you more off-kilter, like the wormwood and absinthe and other parts that your brain does not know. Has a fun time learning them here, but there's something that's making this one a little more palatable scent-wise.
Yeah, you know what's funny? If my nose wants to go deep, I go all the way to the base of that tobacco, but if it wants to go light, it now kind of has a little bit of a sour tower to stand on the top floor of. And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the How Sour Is Your Tower whip on 3, 1, 2. It's in there. It's in there. And it makes it a tiny bit sweeter.
Yeah.
And more tart. Well, some of the tarts I know are very sweet.
If we go off the clown idea, you know how they really want to attract children? This would be a little bit more in that.
I can't believe you went there. I can't believe you just said that. That's fantastic.
Well, you're the one that had me watch the It movie and other stuff, so I'm going to blame you.
Kids will be way more likely to want to climb in your windowless van, y'all.
I think we need to take this deeper pretty quick.
So I'm excited because now that I've had some real time to get to know clown fruit, I am going to get the EDP and the Star Jelly, but just for fun and for completionist sake, why don't we put on a little splash today? You know, I like how the old clown fruit and the new clown fruit kind of come together.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, or it's just helping me find other sides to the splash coming from this one versus coming from this one. Like it's waking up different things.
I think the older one had a bit more sassafras.
There you go.
Root beer sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't think even as a newbie, I would identify the new one as root beerish as much at all. Juicy fruit on the other. I'm kidding.
But we're both getting an almost sour tower cousin.
Yes.
So something in that, and it's not 100% in this version, but it's helping me find that brighter side here.
It's different.
I'm getting a lot more of the burnt sugar as this dries down, but it doesn't quite go completely gourmandy. Not a baked good, nothing like that.
Right. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus and his roommates in college at a Catholic university deciding to try a Ouija board for the first time. Well, it's a very small school. So when you do attach yourself to a spirit and he introduces himself as Mel Kavanaugh, you're going to be like, okay, well, that's interesting. But then after an hour, you're going to go to the library. You're going to grab a yearbook. And you're going to find him and get your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with clown fruit, and spent some serious time alone in the bathroom with this guy. A phenomenal shave. Love having this in the pure CK6 formula going forward, the little ice cubes of glow, keeping the mystery going. But I think my wife is right. There is an absolute hit of a lovely sour candy over the top of all of this, not to add anything, but to help connect all of those other notes so that your nose can find them in more of their purest form. Even the fear. Absolute. Stay tuned for some Monstroso. Welcome to messages.
So for our October giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Happy Chap Share.
So you can be a happy chap or chapess for yourself. And all you have to do to enter this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first November episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. So I know we were very new in our journey when we got this one, but it's not one that I would reach for often. I liked smelling the splash on you, but just for my personal shave, I wouldn't reach for this one as much as my other Halloween ones. This one, I think is going to definitely be part of my new Halloween season routine.
I like it better too. I think we should get a new splash.
I was going to say that too.
Fantastic new addition. And y'all, if we were doing such things back then, this would absolutely have defined our inaugural masterpiece collection. So we would be very remiss, now that we are given a second chance with this bad boy, not to include it in our 2025 Barbershop Duet Masterpiece Collection. It is entrant number 16. We will publish a list at the end of the year. So Douglas and Fran, thank you for knowing that your YouTubers are collectors at heart and sending us out these hollow labels for free to review. And y'all, the first 50 people who pick up a set of the new clown fruit will be able to share in this hollow label goodness.
Isn't there a new It TV show coming out on Netflix or something soon?
Yeah, they made it a series, y'all. Now I know what I'm going to be wearing while we watch that.
Yeah, don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell like a better clown just watching this.